Limitless love, divine greetings to the rebellion. Once again, we are here with another lyric with depth. Yes, and today we will be evaluating the song of a fellow St. Thomas native, man that goes by the stage name Chronicler, also known as Labas. Yes. And based on the synchronous nature of life, yes, we are indirectly connected as you would think. You know, if you ask man like Kizu about Chronicler, they used to in the same class. I think Kizu always say, oh, Bigs are real youth. Yes, yeah, man. When Chronicler just touched the road, I was not very fond of his frequency. I would always say to man like Three Dice, mentioning Three Dice, big up to Best Make Crew, the whole staff and the ultimate family. Zane, yes. I would say to Three Dice, I don't like the negative energy. I don't like he always singing about betrayal and all of these things. But the more you grow, the more you understand the nature of human beings. And the more you understand how people are, treacherous. And how people hurt those who they love and trust. Then you realize this is why Chronicler will always be relevant in the music industry of Jamaica, because Jamaicans are very, how do I describe them? Let me just say, the last time I was talking to a girl from England, and when she found out I was Jamaican, she disappeared. So let's see what Chronicler is saying on this track. Still I bleed. Yeah, still I bleed. Lyric with depth. Merely me looking into lyrics to find wisdom and insight. Zane. Background, his name is Akeem Campbell from the St. Thomas area. Some might wonder why is it he's like this. He's a Sagittarius. A Sagittarius is usually a devoted friend. However, they won't hesitate to tell you where there is room for improvement and point out the flaws of your character. This is what Sagittarius is like. They are perfectionists just like Virgos. So let's go. Let's see if we can find some meaning in this chronicler. Yeah, forgive me, Limitless love. But not far from problem. Welcome. Don't feel like So that was the intro. Start the intro. This is produced by Automatic Records, DJ Mac Productions, and Dynasty Records. So, yeah, forgive our Lord, So him start addressing the Most High, Yahweh, and he's saying him still a run, but not far from problem. Me is a man who all touch the road and always have my earphone, cause people like devil and the devil always possess them. I always have my headphone for my ears. And only my real dog them can even get me to stop and talk. And you avoid people, and when you reach in, the devil possess your woman or possess your mother or possess somebody who they in your place. The nature of life. Still a run but not far from problem. Me sin already Most High, but to me feel dog. We are going to sin again. He code. The person you saw from me sit down, he code. Them not listen, them just alright. God know, yeah. So I'm pensive. I think about the nature of life. Still a run, but not far from problem. Run but not far from problems. Blood still a fall from my hands them. Still I feel every scratch from the badness. Can't get fit talk to my family. If you answer the whole get. Still I bleed, yeah. Nigga bleed. Big up score for devoted one lie youth. Only they saw this song is a figurative song. Most of what he says is figurative. True poetry. Still a run but not far from problem. Blood still a fall from his hands them. So he's hurting people, people is hurting him. Him still a bleed. Bleed represents pain. In this case, hemorrhaging represents the fact that there is still wounds, still unhealed emotional trauma faced by people close to him. Still I feel every scars from the badness. You know, can't get to talk to my family, so him family probably dead or they are prison. If you ask where the wound them, still a bleed, still a bleed. Nigga, please. If we're not real, this will not reach where it not reach, and we see what going on now with him and him cronies them from the 6 community. We're not going at that because we not exacerbate, propagate, stimulate or motivate negativity. Just bringing out a point. Chronic law, we still a bleed.
Get blocked up, get the cool out, get shattered. I walk with the wound, blood in my bank robber. Can't tell my mother when me I go through road rougher than St. Thomas. Lonely days I get covered. My pass a aunt me with one hand. Can't find no way for me escape everywhere me turn trouble follow. Still a weep, still a free. With them a pre, them on energy. Get the world cool out, broke up as it freeze. And me left it figure make up iceberg in I see. Yeah, still a be myself one lot, can't be no wanna be. Still a pre out them weak for a bag of weed. Still a lead now buy views for the song a stream. Yo son of bitch.
Yo son of bitch, big up yourself in a whole automatic record. You know man like T-John, big up on yourself down there. Yeah. Oh you go, doctor say my lungs get blacker. So I youth a pray and I say, hey dog, I bud weed today, but bud weed, but why am I bun weed? Pain. If you deal with the pain, you resort to drugs. So doctor tell him say, brother, your lungs get blacker, brother. Yeah, the cold heart get shattered. I walk with the wound, blood in my bank robber. Figurative again. The blood in my bank robber. Him not bleed. That would be a serious physical problem. It's all figurative. We are got through pain out here. Because people not real. Them dumb, bite like how them bark. Most people pretend as a means to an end. Yes. Can't tell my mother when me I got through road rougher than St. Thomas. How me fi tell mommy couldn't understand. Mommy I tell me go to church. Mommy I tell me love friend, but in nature of my life me can't love friend or go to church because my love friend and I me alone a roll. Them would catch me off key, catch me slipping. And you know what go on. Road rougher than St. Thomas, me need to explain that. Oh no do MP Michelle Charles, oh no do, the road still rough. Can't my pass, what lonely road, lonely days I get common. So this now popular. And this man tell us that we sleep in a bush, and him tell us that me rather dep on a hillside. My pass a hand me with one hand. I want meet him not fi beg him a collab on a song, but what you mean? My pass a hand me with one hand. Thinking about that lyric so long and can't figure it out. Why him pass a hand him with one hand? Why one hand? What's the nature? Comment if you know what I mean. My pass haunting me with one hand. Me remember Alkaline say one hand man who the brother and disarm him when he was in a clash with Squash and the 6 fraternity. I don't know where the one hand thing how it go, but if you don't know, let me know. Can't find no way for me escape. Everywhere me turn trouble follow. And them have a next tune named Trouble, something about trouble. Still a weep, still a pray. Where them a pray? Them a none a G. You know? Yeah, the world cool. Heart broke up as it freeze. I'm left it to go make up iceberg na the sea, yo. So I not even want the heart there. We can keep the heart there because emotion only make this journey harder. Still a be myself. Zine. Still a be myself. One law can't be no wanna be. Still a pray or them weak for a bag of weed. You know, enough of them youth here. With them we come to you right now and gossip. Because them want a spliff and talk about an ex-warrior by tomorrow. Or them and the warrior talk about you forget a spliff from that same warrior. And we now buy views for the song and stream, you know. No, because I truth and the truth is invincible. So we no need to promote it, it will reach. A city set up on a hill cannot be hidden. Monroe High, Ayashua said. Love, so we go.
Still I run but not far from problems. Blood still I fall from my hands them. Still I feel every scratch from the badness. Can't get to talk to my family.
Yo, birth them records and we're going on. Sanity the Scene, Witcher, Jagan, You know I go.
Nigga, please, if I'm real, this wouldn't reach right now for reach. Feelings changing up, yeah. Oh, start move, shake yourself. Say it up. Still in the dark, I wait for love, them don't brave enough. My feelings changing up. I wanna start move, shake yourself. Yeah. Still in the dark, I wait for love, we can't see. Me have a stabbing on my back, can't heal. So my dog turn imitation, him can't real. Me know say people can't please, so me deep one call no girl when me a sneeze. Flower tell me say love the garrison need, but dog man see where them turn call me. Even people will love great.
Watch there again. Figurative. I who say chronicler when you use likes. Stop it. Look at this. Feelings changing up. We might talk about these so-called friends. And it's funny, these English developers put the word end in the word friend and call it friendship, which is not reliable. Zane, yes, them feelings changing up over time, them change up. Alkaline say them get too comfortable when them think them know you too much. You know, them know my style don't shake it so. Still in a dark, I wait for love. This is the man who represent darkness. You know, because him realize light attract too much moth, too much bat. You know, them don't brave enough. So them not brave enough to be real. Them not brave enough to be true. I wanna start move shaky so. Still in a dark, I wait for love, but me can't see it. Me have a stabbing on my back where can't heal. And when me a 16 years old, just left high school and tell a warrior say me I go college. Him fix me spliff with whatever I'm putting in it, coke or lizard tail or what. Have a stabbing on my back where can't heal. See me dog to an imitation, him can't real. Know say people can't please. Give them your all, and it's still not enough. Zane, so me dey even call no girl when me a sneeze. Girl, if a girl tell me say she love me alright now, I'm gonna block her. Don't tell me that. As them tell us that them love you, it mean the relationship a go downhill. That is my view. Cynical. I believe the worst of human nature, because a perfect man came here, we killed him and freed Barabbas. A man came here named Dr. Sebi, healing blindness, diabetes and all of these things. With proof, he won the case in the New York court. Them lock him up, say him a practice medicine without a license. Heal all of these diseases, and them lock him up in a prison and kill him when he go back in his home country. I believe the worst of human nature. When you do the right thing, I am surprised. But when I do the wrong thing, I expect it. Flower tell me say I love the garrison need. Me I wonder if the flower I'm a talk boy I saw my warrior when him dead. Flower we used to call him in my guy school. Small world it just might be, as well as it may be somebody else. C4 time used to go. Flower tell me say I love the garrison need. And you see as he mentioned Flower. But dog, me see where them turn Camille. So you see the lightness there. And this is how me feel like he might mean. Turn Camille. Them start use corn as a meal for give people. We are kill people with corn. That me think he mean. Them turn corn meal. That's how me appreciate. So the lightness of the flower and the corn meal right there. So lyricism, very great. So me leave my call no girl when me a sneeze. And as him say sneeze, him say flower. Because you know flower can elicit or invoke a sneeze. Zane, evil people will love greed. Dominated by greed, one of the deadly 7 sins. You know, people so motivated by money and attention and hype and all of these things that are menial, trivial nonsense. Solomon was the wisest and one of the richest man to ever live. And when him live him life and sit down and kick back on a right Ecclesiastes, him say, "For I've seen all the work that is done under the sun, and all is vain and vanity and vexation of the spirit." So all of these things are running down now. What is the significance when you're gonna die eventually? Is life meaningless? It cannot be meaningless. The meaning of life is to contribute positively to humanity by leaving something of great importance, whether invention, whether idea, suggestion, a person who will play a part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. So no need to love greed. Zine, yes. Chronicler, some consider him a prophet. Some consider him a modern day Bob Marley. People talk to me and describe him in that way. Yes. Chronicler. When Chronicler was at Elite Generation, I sent a couple messages to a day one friend from high school, Taishan. Big up Taishan, big up Yeshi, big up the whole Johnstown, Lyson. And I said, Taishan, bring this go get Elite Generation them. This was in 2015. You know, Nificent can attest, Melody God can attest, Taishan can attest. And, you know, probably them say, say the Warrior, we could have met the Warrior and Chronicler clash, we bring a vibe. Portland against St. Thomas, because Portland, St. Thomas are my place. And them send a song come, I think it was Lyrical Beast by Chronicler, so if you do a song better than it. Bully Blacks can attest, Basemen can attest, the same Warrior we said the road that mash up him sex life on the social media. And when me do my song, I send back my song, I actually big up Chronicler in it. Because I was so positive, so naive, so inexperienced in the nature of humanity. I thought that is what was required. They did not respond. They would have rather disrespected the law boss. So you will do good and be rewarded, or not rewarded. No disrespect to any of the warrior parties mentioned. And Elite Generation knows say one family. Big up to Roger, big up to Ruption over there. Well, I warrior them over Red Hills there. You know. So, what I'm saying, you will give people your everything and give them what you don't have and give them a soul. Spread out your heart like carpet for them walk upon. And in the end, you get a stabbing at your back where you can't heal. This is the nature of man. Can it be changed? We don't know. Is it an African thing? Is it a human thing? We don't know. When are we going to evolve to a level where we learn that love and humanity is to be more valued than science and technology? Because knowledge without love, what is that? When the power of love overcomes the love of power, then we shall know peace. That's Jimi Hendrix. Are we in slavery, trapped in the matrix, while the white man thinking world domination? You and the black getting faded. So calm we behaving, because the beast already programmed me to fear it. Yo, can we be fearless? This is Red Pills for the Matrix, the rebellion. And we're looking at Chronicler and his track, Still a Bleed.
I run but not far from problem. Blood still a fall from me hands them. Still I feel every scratch from the badness. Can't get to talk to my family.
And if you ask around there, me say me still a bleed, still a bleed.
Still a bleed, yeah.
Nigga please, this wouldn't reach, this wouldn't reach right now. How can you escape problem? You figure it out yet? How do you escape the challenges of life? Are the challenges of life a necessary, unfortunate truth that we must endure to grow and mature spiritually? Should we look into life and expect privilege and comfort only? Is pain not the best teacher? Should we encourage light without darkness? Is light opposed to darkness? It cannot be. You cannot even define light without mentioning darkness, or define darkness without mentioning light. Light is the absence of darkness, and darkness is the absence of light. You cannot even think of one without the other. You cannot create one without the other. They are necessary for each other's existence. Cooperative, a beautiful, paradoxical, opposed, divided unity. The light gives way to the darkness at dusk, and very gracefully, and the darkness returns the favor to the light at dawn, very majestically. Are Satan and God's enemy? Is Satan God's enemy, as they would like you to believe? They are not. How could my enemy approach me and convince me to hurt my loyal servant Job to prove whether or not he loved me unconditionally if he was my enemy? Or is life merely a chess game between God and the devil, and some of us are kings and pawns, some of us are emperors and fools? This is Red Pills for the Matrix. What are your thoughts? We are trying to help you find what could possibly be the truth. Chronicler, don't stop burning the fire. If you have a song that you think could derive some depth or could inspire some thought, send it to elitejamaicans@gmail.com. Send me a message, Jamaican Tupac, on Instagram. Contact me on WhatsApp 3258499. However you choose to reach out to me, because this is not even about likes and views. This is about inspiring and informing, because inspiration and information can transform any person, community, or nation or organization. And information without inspiration is superstition, and inspiration without information is superstition. It is logical to be faithful, but we still have faith in logic. This has been Red Pills for the Matrix. Thank you for checking in. I go well afresh, because I still a bleed.